Hello everyone, Gifted Soul here. This is a reading regarding air signs for the month of September 2020. So predictions, advice, whatever wants to come up for September 2020. I'm getting an early start, and this time I've decided to break it down into elements because I'll be able to get it done quicker, because when I'm doing them all separately, it takes way too long, takes up too much space, and I sometimes end up not not able to get them all uploaded or get them all done in time. So for right now, for September 2020 at least, and this is something that I used to do whenever I first started Zodiac readings, but I'm going to do it again. So again, if you are air sign, this is the video for you. This is for Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. So let's see. I've got some of my crystals here just to be here to help us focus on energy. So let's see. And the air sign card here that I'm going to keep in the middle. Okay, so our first two cards here, we have Ace of Swords, okay, which is the right energy to get into, being that air signs or swords, the sword suit is all about air sign energy mostly. So yeah, but anyway, so it is a victory card. I see some type of aha moment coming, because swords is mental clarity. It's all about thinking. So I do definitely feel like you getting some type of clarity in September 2020, maybe even finalizing something. Spirit is saying having a say-so in something that maybe you didn't get to before, but now I feel like there are more people willing to listen to you about something in particular. And then we have the purple here. So allow your intuition to guide your words when you speak is what I'm hearing. And we have Three of Swords. Okay. So for some of you, this could be finally getting some type of closure you wanted. Could be a relationship. Three of Swords is grief. It's loss. It's heartache. I feel like this is going to be about, since it came Ace of Swords first and then Three of Swords, I'm being told that for some of you, there's something that you're going to have to say or do that may hurt you to say, or it may hurt somebody else, but it is something that needs to be done or needs to be said. And I do feel like you're going to be able to have the courage to get whatever that is out. It may be even to help another person. However, it's going to be something that may come across as maybe even mean. If this is not you needing to do this, this is somebody else just trying to come and help you. What they might say or what they may do to get their point across, they're not meaning it in a mean way. It's just the way that it's coming out. So keep that in mind. Okay, so we have Seven of Ariel, which in traditional tarot, this is Seven of Pentacles. And Seven of Pentacles is really all about vision. It's all about seeing things more than one way. So you have invested wisely, have patience and wait for the harvest, review your progress and make plans for your next endeavor. Okay. So yeah. But yeah, I'm going back to how I feel like something's going to come out the wrong way, but somebody really wants to help you. Or again, it could be you trying to help somebody else, but just kind of just use your intuition, like I said, to guide you along with what it is that you need to say, so that this person can take heed, or you can take heed and do whatever you need to do to kind of move forward and have some progress or goals that you may want to reach. And I'm also being told that for some of you air signs, That there's a need to allow your seeds to grow and not to expect for them to grow overnight. And there's more than one way to plant them, Spirit says. I feel like some of you need to kind of get out of a certain routine, get out of your comfort zone. And there was something else I was going to say, but I don't forgot. But it'll come back up if it's meant to be. So, yeah. Clairvoyance. So we already talked about intuition, so now we're on to clairvoyance. Archangel Raziel, I am helping your spiritual sight to awaken fully so you can clearly see heavenly love. Okay, so some of you may already be clairvoyant. Some of you may need to kind of try to tap into it more for September 2020, or need to just pay attention to those messages that are coming to you, because it is a gift of clairvoyance, and it is, Spirit is saying, an eye opener. So make sure you are paying attention to those spiritual messages. Yeah. Fertility. Okay, so the fertility card, and no, this is not always talking about pregnancy in the literal sense. It's all about creative ideas or just creativity in general. And I feel like your clairvoyance for September 2020 is going to have a lot to do with these ideas coming to you and this creative spark and energy and passion being driven to you. It's going to come through this gift. So make sure you are writing things down and really paying attention to your intuitive insights, your clairvoyance, mediumship messages, whatever the case is, however you connect, pay attention, as it's going to help you get into your creative mode. For some of you, this could be about baby dancing. I'm not going to say it is, but for some of you it could be. Maybe this is the month to kind of start trying more for that, if some of you may want to start on that journey or continue it. But also pay attention to if your clairvoyance is telling you messages like hold off on it, take a break, step back, focus on something else, do what it's telling you to do. Alright, so we have truth, higher self. Yeah. So a lot of yellow in here as well. I hope you guys can see this well, because where I'm at, I really cannot really see. Okay. But, anyway, so truth and higher self. So your higher self is wanting you to, like it says, speak your truth. And for a lot of you, this is, like I said earlier on, speaking the truth to somebody else that needs to hear something, even though it may come out possibly a little harsh. There's a need to give either yourself or somebody else some self-love or tough love, as well as allowing for somebody else to do the same for you as well. Because sometimes, and I'm not going to lie, I get that way too. Sometimes I hear stuff I don't want to hear, and I'm in denial sometimes myself. But what does that do at the end of the day? It keeps me stuck. So Spirit is wanting you air signs to focus on more than one what was I going to say? Spirit is wanting you to accept the good and the bad, and not to kind of push away insights that may, like I said, they're going to come out in a funny sounding way, but it's all meant to help you and maybe even to teach you something. So yeah. Judgment. So another higher self message. So all of these cards in this particular deck, Ask Your Guides by Sonia Chiquette, is the oracle deck that this comes from, and not all of them have higher self on it. So that's no coincidence. But just feel like I had to say that. So I do feel like maybe September 2020 is a month for you to kind of, like I said earlier, to focus on one or more than one way of doing things or doing something in particular. And with judgments comes critical thinking as well. So September 2020, I do feel like is a month for air signs to really do a whole life review, reevaluating things. Yeah. And I feel like some of you may need a mediator through a certain situation. For some of you, I'm highly guided to bring up like divorce type of energy. You don't necessarily have to be like married as in husband and wife, wife, husband, anything like that. But yeah, I see kind of like a counseling situation. This could be saying you may need counseling, or you may be already in the process of some type of counseling through some type of resources making sense. So that's not for everybody, by the way. Feel free to read along with me. Maybe you can figure out for yourself what it may mean, but I'm just giving you just what Spirit is wanting to bring up, but it's not supposed to go with everybody. So, but yeah. I feel like this is saying let your psychic abilities be the judge of everything around you, and let it tell you the truth of everything, and not just, and looking at things beyond what's on the outer surface, because a lot of the times there are situations where something seems bad and it really isn't as bad as it looks. So yeah. Okay, so we have the blue flame. So this could be a twin flame situation here, but spontaneous awakening, activation, integration, time. So we're going back to clairvoyance, back to that Ace of Swords of having victory within your intuition, having a clearer mindset. But September 2020, yeah, you're going through an awakening if you haven't already had one. But listen, guys, you can have more than one spiritual awakening. You don't. I've had quite a few. I haven't just only had one. So keep that in mind. And each time they could even be different. So even if you have already had one, whether this is your second, your third, whatever the case may be, I do feel like maybe you could already even be going through one. And it's going to make you see things a whole lot different. So belonging, House of Knights. I feel some homesick type of energy within this pile so far for air signs. Like, you're struggling to kind of, you know, get out there and maybe meet different people. Maybe this is about finding your tribe, could be. But I do feel like September 2020, you're going to find something that's for you. You're going to find a lot of like-minded people. Let's see. Okay. So we have the Amber Star, let go. And it says, I surrender and allow myself to grieve. So we're going back to heartache, grief, and loss. The Three of Swords here. It says, I surrender and allow myself to grieve. So you could even be going through a loss right now. It's August. What day is this? I think it is. It's August 28th, 2020, as I am recording this. So you could be going through something now, and this is just going to be the moving on process in September 2020. Like I said, I'm getting an earlier start. I usually wait to the beginning of the new month to do it, but trying to make sure I'm able to get all of this done. But either way, it says Electra. So part of your spiritual awakening has to do with loss for air signs, September 2020. You've already gone through some type of loss, and for some of you, you're not allowing yourself to feel your emotions, which only at the end of the day is going to continue to break you. So allow yourself to sit down, cry if you need to cry. It's going to help you let it go. So allow yourself to feel those emotions. You can't please everyone, okay? And it says, when you're focused on living up to other people's standards, you aren't spending enough time raising your own. Some folks expect you to act a certain way and march to the beat of their boring drum. They find safety in sameness, but you have beautiful music inside you. Your flair is meant to be shared. Don't shrink to fit in or get approval. Instead, dump your need to please and just be magnificent self. Okay. So letting go of basically just people pleasing this month. I feel like this goes back to some type of advice either given to you coming up or you giving it to somebody else, where it's just like they're going to run away as soon as it sounds like you're about to say something. It's not negative, but they find it that way. But keeping in mind that first, or it could be for this pile, it could be maybe you've already lost someone, not physically or like death or anything. I'm not talking about that, but like for some of you it could be that, but for others of you this could be that you spoke your mind, you told the truth to somebody around you because they cared, because you cared and you wanted to see them do better, and then it just kind of made them want to walk away from you. If that's not what's going on, it could be coming up, or this is a warning to help you kind of make sure that you're being, you don't have to sugarcoat, but again, make sure that it's not coming across too harsh. And this goes back to, you're not going to be able to please everyone and tell everybody what they want to hear, because a part of my job as a psychic, I have to tell people a lot what they don't want to hear. Your ex isn't coming back. You're not going to get married anytime soon. You're not going to get married or engaged until 2 or 3 years later. Your boyfriend is cheating. Your girlfriend is doing this, that, and the third. It's overwhelming. But, and then some of the time those people do not come back to me because not only am I right, it's something that they don't want to have to face. It's a reality that they don't want. And later on they come back and say, you were correct. And what do? You have to let them walk away and find out for themselves, and they have to make mistakes. So don't feel like don't tell them over and over and over again. Just tell them one time. And I'm not just talking about clients or psychic reading or anything. That was just an example. Those people end up walking away. They don't get readings for, and you know, energy can change. So sometimes it's where, oh, they're not coming back, and then the next time it's just like, oh, okay, well, your ex is coming back. The energy shows this time. And so then when they hear what they want to hear, it's like, I have to keep getting more. But then eventually the energy is changing, and it's like, no, you have to move on. And they're like, okay, I have to go to somebody else that's going to feed my ego and tell me what I want to hear. So yeah. But we have appetite, foresight, okay. And we have this blue here, more blue, which is throat chakra, again, speaking your truth, even if it may hurt. But you're going to have to let it out. And by the way, this is the name of the crystal. This is the Crystal Liquid Oracle Deck by Justin Mojica SR. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, but yeah. Um, but I definitely do feel that there may be some hurt feelings in September 2020. It could even be you. And if that's the case, then the message here for you is you can't just expect to hear everything you want to hear all the time. And that the messages are going to come from a place of love. It could even be signs coming to you rather than a person saying something to you specifically, or vice versa. Because sometimes you get signs and you're like, okay, I don't want those signs. Send me something that's going to, make me happy and give me exactly what I want. But this is a card about being more strategic. It is about your intuition as well. Like I said, it's already about communication, personal power, and having a choice. You have a choice to either stick around and allow more hurt to come in, or move forward, is what I'm hearing. Take what you have already learned, whatever it is, and just, move on, or try to. It's not an overnight process. It's not, but you have to try. A lot of the time it could be that you don't want to move on, or whoever this person is you're trying to help, they don't want to move on. But eventually they're going to have to. But it may take them to have to relearn the lesson over and over and over again. Okay? Surrender unhealthy relationships. And when I was talking about exes and stuff, that was an example. But here we are. Okay? Surrender unhealthy relationships. Let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. You deserve to be treasured by others, to be surrounded by positive people. So I feel like this is about, with maybe some type of friend, family member, lover, somebody's problems that end up becoming yours. And I feel like this is the person that we're talking about here, about how you're giving them advice, or them needing to give you advice, or whatever the case. You may have already lost that connection, but they'll be back. They will be back to tell you that you were correct and that they should have listened. Okay? But whoever this is and whatever it is, you need to say what you need to say. And like I said, I feel like the connection is too close and strong for this person to just up and decide they want nothing to do with you. They're going to need time to think, but they will be pulled back. So you're not going to lose them forever is the thing. And even if you do, it was for the best. You just got to love people from a distance type of thing. So, but September 2020 for air signs is about realization. It's about fear being turned into assertiveness, if that makes sense. It's about setting boundaries. And just being honest with yourself, being honest with others, and working on your communication, and just doing what you are meant to do, and that is to help you grow your heart self and expand that part within you. It involves you having to wake up other people, if that makes sense. Okay, so we have focus your energy. There is amazing power in a strong intention. So we have intent. So this is about focusing your intentions on what it is that you are wanting and needing out of life. Believe that it's going to come to you, and it's going to come. So manifestation, pretty much. We have music. So like this card said, it says something about dancing to the beat of a drum here. And anytime I see a card with music on it, most of the time I go straight to that line. So maybe meditation music to help uplift you. Some people, if it's a relationship that you're trying to help a friend or somebody through, or vice versa, or they're trying to help you, whatever the case is. Sad music, it's only that I don't recommend during a heartbreak. And people do it, and sometimes it's unintentional. You're listening to the radio and it just comes on while you're driving or whatever the case is, and it's just like, okay. I did say to let yourself feel those emotions, but don't be like intentionally turning on blues or just songs that just make you cry. Don't do that. I reckon do not do that. It's okay maybe once or twice, but then you get into the habit of it, I mean, at that point you're not wanting to move forward. But with this music, dancing to the beat of your own drum, not being afraid to let people hear your opinions in September, okay? I don't know why, but September 23rd, I guess it's because the number on this card is speaking to me, 23. September 23rd is an important day for some of you air signs. Don't know for what, but could be an event with music or something. I don't know, but so we have these last two cards here, and they come from this deck. If anybody's interested, Mindful Messages. It does not have a creator or the name of the creator anywhere, so I cannot tell you who made it, but I can tell you that I got it from Amazon if you're interested. But alright, so Mindful Message number 1, magic. Back to the intent. Intent is about magic. It's about healing. It's about, you know, in order for your magic to work, you have to believe it, and you have to believe your intent. Focus on what it is that you're wanting, and it's going to come to you, and it's going to be through like it's magic, okay? There is magic and miracles all around me. Where others see coincidence, I see evidence of life synchronicities. I love feeling life with wonder and magic. It's way more fun that way. So it looks like a lot of you are going to be, I feel like you're needing to get into the art of healing this month. Spiritually, individually, and help others to heal in different ways, and maybe even teach healing. But magic, magician, manifestation, they all go hand in hand. But yeah, in our last mindful message, doing our best. Okay, so releasing perfection, allowing your flaws to be seen. I just got through watching a video on YouTube shortly before I turned on the camera to do this video, and we're all doing our best with the understanding of awareness we have in this moment. Any decision I take is okay, no matter the outcome. I make the best of any situation. I learn as I go along. His name is Spiritual Soul. Some of you may know him. I knew him from a different channel and had no idea he was like spiritual at all, but then I just recently came across a spiritual channel that this person has. Some of you may already know of him, may not, I don't know. And he was talking about a lot of people thinking that they have to have expensive things to be at the top, feeling like you have to dress a certain way, spend all your money on jewelry and different clothes. But those things at the end of the day do not make you who you are, is the main message I'm getting with this doing our best. Doing your best is with what you already have. You don't need to go to the store and buy something. That's the message that I took from this person. But yeah, I do recommend go to his channel if you don't know of him. Like I said, I knew of him on another channel, but then I recently found he has a spiritual channel, guys. So, and I was like, wow, I did not know that he was into that. Like, I don't know if he does cards or anything, but he does like give like insight and stuff like that. And he has a lot to say. He has a lot to say that I think a lot of you could benefit from, especially men. Um, Women too, but it's a lot for you guys out there too, for men. So, doing your best with what you have, with the teachings you have, the knowledge you have, and just what you have already in your closet. You do not need to go to the Gucci store or Versace or whatever it is that they're talking about nowadays. You don't, like, what is that at the end of the day? What is it? So that's the last message I have for Air Signs 2020. I hope that this has made some sense. It's giving you clarity and that you have a lot to look forward to in September 2020. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought of the reading. And yeah, thank you for tuning in. And if you would like a personalized reading, head on over to my Etsy shop or my website, and I have affordable rates on lots of different readings. I make personalized ones, including about the subjects that I have did pick a card readings here on YouTube on. So if you want to personalize who will I marry reading, or your life purpose, psychic abilities, whatever the case is, I have it there on Etsy or my website. The links are in the description box below. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you guys in the next one.